What if I told you there's a completely legal strategy? It costs you $0 to start. That could let you walk away from your job a full decade before everyone else. No lottery. No crypto. No get-rich-quick scheme. And here's the part that'll make your jaw drop. The banks know about it. They just have a very good reason to make sure you don't. Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, your entire relationship with money is going to change. My name is Marcus. And 3 years ago, I was sitting in a tiny cubicle, staring at a screen, doing math I didn't like. I was 34 years old. I had a decent job, a car payment, and about $800 in savings. Every month felt like I was running on a treadmill, working hard, but going nowhere. Then one afternoon, a coworker named Diane, quiet lady, always brought homemade lunch, casually mentioned she was retiring at 52. 52. I nearly choked on my coffee. Diane wasn't rich. She didn't inherit money. She didn't start some side hustle empire. So I did something I'd never done before. I asked her how. What she told me over a 10-minute lunch break completely rewired my brain. And today, I'm going to share every single piece of it with you. Diane grew up in a regular household in Ohio. Her parents worked hard. They saved what they could. But nobody ever sat her down and explained how money really worked. So when she got her first job at 22, she did what most of us do. She spent her paycheck. She saved a little. And she figured retirement was something she'd think about later. Sound familiar? At 29, she had almost nothing saved. Then she got married, had a kid, and suddenly, later, felt like it was getting further and further away. But then her husband's uncle, a retired postal worker named Gerald, invited them over for dinner one night. And Gerald said something that changed everything. He said, "Diane, the secret to retiring early isn't about making more money. It's about understanding the one thing banks are counting on you to never figure out." That one thing? The gap. Not a stock. Not a mutual fund. Not some secret investment account. Just a gap. Gerald explained it like this. Imagine you have 2 buckets. One bucket is where money comes in, your paycheck, your side income, whatever you earn. The second bucket is where money goes out, rent, food, Netflix, car payments, all of it. Most people's buckets are almost the same size. The money comes in, and it all goes right back out. But if you make your out bucket even just a little bit smaller than your in bucket, and then take that leftover money and put it to work, something almost magical starts to happen. That gap, compounding over time, is what builds real wealth. And here's the kicker. You don't need a raise. You don't need a second job. You just need to engineer the gap. Now let me break this down in the simplest way possible. Because this is where most finance videos lose people. Think about this. If you take just $500 a month, that's about $17 a day, less than most people spend on coffee and takeout, and invest it consistently starting at age 25. By the time you're 55, you could have over $560,000. Not because of some magic trick. Because of a force called compound interest. Here's how it works. You invest $500. That money earns a return, let's say 8%, which is a reasonable average for a diversified index fund. So now you don't just have $500. You have $540. Next month, that $540 earns a return. Now you have a little more. And it keeps building on itself, like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and faster every single year. But here's what banks don't want you to understand. Banks make money when you keep money in their savings accounts earning basically nothing. They take your money, invest it at much higher returns, and pocket the difference. They are using your money to build their wealth. Meanwhile, they're perfectly happy for you to believe that a savings account is safe and responsible. And it is safe, but it's not growing. It's just sitting there, slowly being eaten by inflation. Here's the surprising fact most people never hear. Inflation runs at about 3% a year on average. So if your savings account is giving you 0.5%, you're actually losing purchasing power every single year. Diane figured this out. And once she did, she made one decision that changed everything. She opened a Roth IRA and started investing in low-cost index funds. Now, I know those words might sound scary. But let me break them down. A Roth IRA is basically a special retirement account where you invest after-tax money, and then all the growth is completely tax-free. When you're ready to take it out in retirement, the government doesn't touch those gains. An index fund is like buying a tiny piece of hundreds of companies all at once. Instead of betting on one stock, you're spreading your money across the whole market. It's simple. It's boring. And historically, it works. Diane started with just $200 a month. She never got a huge raise. She just kept going. And by widening that gap, spending less than she earned, and investing the rest, she was able to retire at 52 with over $800,000 in her account. So how do you actually do this? Step 1. Find your gap. Look at your last 3 months of spending. Be honest. How much is coming in? How much is going out? Even finding an extra $200 a month is enough to start changing your future. Step 2. Cut one leak, just one. Most of us have what financial experts call money leaks. Subscriptions you forgot about. Eating out too often. Upgrading your phone every year when the old one works fine. Pick one. Cut it. Take that money and redirect it. Step 3. Open a Roth IRA today. You can start with a very small amount. The hardest part is just starting. Most people who retire early say the biggest mistake they made was waiting too long to begin. Step 4. Automate it. Set it up so the money moves automatically every month before you even see it. Pay yourself first. Treat your investment like a bill that must be paid. Step 5. Leave it alone. This is the part nobody talks about enough. The strategy only works if you let time do its job. Don't panic when the market dips. Don't pull it out for unnecessary purchases. Just let the snowball roll. That's it. 5 steps. No special degree required. No connections. No secret handshake. Just a gap, and the discipline to protect it. Here's the truth that nobody on Wall Street is rushing to put on a billboard. Retiring early isn't reserved for the rich. It's reserved for the intentional. Diane wasn't lucky. She wasn't a genius. She just learned one thing that most people never do: how to make her money work harder than she did. The banks, the credit card companies, the buy now pay later apps, they are all built on one assumption: that you'll keep spending everything you earn and never build the gap. Prove them wrong. Whether you're 22 or 42, whether you have $50 to invest or $500, it is not too late. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. So here's your takeaway from today: find your gap. Protect your gap. Invest your gap. And if you do that consistently, even imperfectly, you might just find yourself sitting across from someone younger, eating homemade lunch, telling them the secret that changed your life. If this video opened your eyes even a little bit, hit the like button. It helps more people find this information. Subscribe for more simple money lessons and practical financial strategies. And drop a comment below: what's the one money habit you're starting this week? See you in the next one.